Hello and welcome to Skaldic Works. My name is Blake and I am here to show you how to play the Tagelharpa. I have gone over in my first video how a little introduction to the Tagelharpa and also the parts of the Tagelharpa. And then in the second video I went over the basics of the Tagelharpa, which included what you need to get started, the items you needed or may need that would be helpful, as well as going over the posture, which was how to hold the bow and how to hold the instrument. Then I also told you in that same video how to rosin the bow and then tune the instrument up. The second lesson, which was in the last video, in the third video of the series, it was how to bow the instrument in various bowing rhythms to the instrument. Now, if you haven't seen those videos, I recommend you go back and look at those as well. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to note the instrument. This is a very simple technique. It's basically you're playing on the side of the string, not directly on top like you would like a violin or a guitar or any other instrument that has a fingerboard or a fretboard. There's three techniques. The first technique I am not very good at, and I'll show you, but there's one I use the most as well. Now, the first technique is you play on the back of your hands. This is a technique I'm not very well at, so bear with me, but you just would play it like this. I'm not very good at that because of the pinky. My pinky finger here don't really want to work that well. The second technique is you play it on the side of your fingers or near the inside of your knuckles, like this. Now that's another technique that, again, I'm not very used to because I had never practiced it that way. Now, the way I practiced it is using your pads of your finger, the tips, to play it on the side of the strings like so. Now, whichever techniques that you prefer is up to you. Traditionally, they're all equal, and they're all traditional as well. But should you learn all of them, I would recommend so, and that's what I'm aiming for, is to learn both techniques, because it will come in handy when you're doing two-string work, like so. Like that, where you can operate both strings on two strings at once. Okay, the primarily uses one string, and the maker of this instrument has made it obvious that it has an off-color string. Now, with a 3-string Tagelharpa, in this model right here, we have one white string and two black. The white string is the one that you're going to be playing mostly on, and the other ones are going to be your drones. Now, that string, the bottom string, like this string right here, turn it back up, is going to be your primary. It's going to be your primary drone. Now I'm going to turn this back up real quick. with the 4-string Tagelharpas, they tend to the white string is usually the second from the highest string, so it's going to be a little different. So pay attention to that if you ever buy like an instrument that has an off-color string. That's going to be your primary lead string. So a 4-string will be, you'll have one more string right here, and that will not be your lead. This will be still your lead right there. So again, now the tuning I'm going to be doing today is going to be my B tuning that I listed in my second video, and the basics of tuning, which is my B tuning, which would be B2, which is the low string, F sharp 3, and B3. Now, the first note, you got different kind of scales you can do. Each of these notes here, is a note when you press down. Then you go up one more like this, and it's a half note, which this makes your beginning of your minor scale. And then you can do like, I think it's a diminished scale. And then you have your major scale. Now notice you can't do a full major scale on this one string because it doesn't go a full octave. Now, if you want to, you probably could do a full scale by going down on the low string. Like that, by playing the low note. But the low note is much not used, and it can be optional, so don't worry about playing there unless you want to. This one you can also play on this string. And basically you just, if you figure out where those scales are, you it will help you in the long run to learning new songs and stuff. So if you are familiar with technique and musical theory and stuff, then that will help you along the way as well. So if you practice those, you'll get really good, or will get better pretty good. It's easy when you get the when you master the instrument a little bit, not master, but when you practice it, you'll see it's very simple to learn, but again very difficult a little bit to master, but not as difficult as other instruments. Now, I'm going to give you a little bonus hint here, or not bonus hint, but bonus lesson in this, and it's how to learn by ear. The way you can do it by ear is, first of all, you got to figure out what tuning they're in. Like, what key they're in is usually what tuning you'll be in. Like, for instance, if it is B, then you'll be in the B, F sharp, B tuning that I'm in right now. Now, if it's in C, you'll go up one, or up a half step, and then so forth. So, if you can listen for what primary key they're in by listening for the root. Some songs won't start out in the root. Something like that, but if you can, another way to tell, if you hear somebody playing just a Tagelharpa by itself, you can listen for that low drone, and that's what your root may be. But it's always where the note falls the most is what your root will be. And when you figure that out, you can figure to tune it your Tagelharpa according to my formula of root fifth octave, and then you can just listen for the notes and just try to play along and find the notes and search for the notes. And it'll take some time for searching and learning stuff. And also, this will also give you some idea to improvise too, improvisation. Like that, I guess. But that's all I have for today. And I hope you enjoyed the lessons I go by. In the next lesson, I will give you some tips, tricks, and basic care. But for now, I want you to practice the scales, learn how to play on here, try to figure out which technique works for you, either back of the hand, side of the fingers, or tip of the fingers. And try to figure out the different scales if you can, and work on that for a while. And I will, again, next video is going to be some tips, tricks, and some basic care. And then that will be my last video in the series. But I may, although I may continue lessons later on down the line. Who knows? But if you like this video, please please like it, or give it a like, or give it a dislike if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you want to. If you have any other questions, I'll be able to answer you as well. And also, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell if you want to stay in touch with my work and any more lessons that I may give. And until then, Skull.